Ever found yourself pondering the strange lengths athletes have gone to cheat their way to victory? In the world of sports, the competitive spirit can sometimes lead individuals down a path of deception, employing some of the most bizarre methods to cheat their way to the top. Today we're delving into the annals of sporting history to bring you 10 of the most peculiar instances of cheating, ranked from the least to the most bizarre. From the audacious to the downright ingenious, these tales of trickery span across a variety of sports and eras, revealing a side of athletics you may never have considered. They expose the lengths to which some athletes have gone, often risking their reputations, and sometimes even their lives, in their quest for glory. So, if you're ready to dive into this world of deceit and subterfuge, then buckle up. Stay tuned to learn about some of the most outlandish ways athletes have tried to game the system. Starting our countdown at number 10, we have the infamous Spanish Paralympic scandal. At the turn of the millennium, the world was shocked by the audacity of the Spanish Paralympic basketball team. In a blatant disregard for the spirit of the games, they fielded players who did not have disabilities. These players pretended to be intellectually disabled to compete in the Sydney Paralympic Games in the year 2000. When the truth came to light, it stirred a massive controversy, leading to an investigation and the eventual return of the gold medals won by the team. This scandal not only tarnished the image of the Spanish Paralympic team but also left a mark on the Paralympic movement as a whole. It was a stark reminder that the desire to win can sometimes overshadow the principles of fair play and respect. Quite a shocking start to our list, but it only gets more bizarre from here. Running into number 9, we have Rosie Ruiz's scandalous shortcut. Now imagine if you could win one of the world's most prestigious marathons without breaking a sweat. Sounds impossible, right? Well, not for Rosie Ruiz. In the year 1980, Ruiz managed to snag the gold medal in the Boston Marathon, a feat that would usually require years of training, in just 2 hours and 31 minutes. But how did she do it? As it turned out, Ruiz didn't actually run the entire 26.2 miles. Instead, she cunningly took a shortcut, slicing off a good chunk of the race. She then merged back into the crowd of runners just before the finish line, panting and sweating to sell her act. She may have crossed the finish line first, but her victory was short-lived. Skeptics quickly pointed out her suspiciously fresh appearance and lack of fatigue, and her inconsistencies in recounting the race details led to a full-blown investigation. It didn't take long for the truth to come out, and Ruiz was stripped of her ill-gotten medal. A classic example of taking the easy route, but our next instance is far more elaborate. Fencing its way into number 8, we have Boris Onischenko's Epee scandal. A decorated athlete from the Soviet Union, Onischenko was a household name in the world of fencing. But his reputation took a hit during the 1976 Olympics when he was found to be using a rigged epee. In a sport where precision and technique reign supreme, Onischenko decided to take a different route. His epee was modified to register a hit at his will even without making actual contact with the opponent. The scandal was unveiled during a match against the British team when his epee signaled a hit, despite missing the target. This led to an investigation, revealing Onischenko's underhanded tactics. The scandal not only led to his disqualification but also to a lifetime ban from the sport. A shocking twist in a sport of honor, but our next cheat takes it a step further. At number 7, we delve into the dark world of abortion doping in East Germany. This deeply disturbing practice was prevalent during the Cold War, a time when the pursuit of athletic excellence was often tainted by the shadow of political agendas. East Germany, a country desperate to prove its legitimacy on the world stage, turned to extreme measures to secure victory in sports. One such measure was abortion doping, a method as shocking as it sounds. Female athletes were forced to conceive and then abort their pregnancies, all for the sake of performance enhancement. The process was based on a belief that a surge in hormones following conception would boost athletic prowess. Then, to avoid the physical burden of pregnancy on performance, the athletes were made to terminate their pregnancies. This was a brutal and inhuman practice, a dark chapter in sports history that serves as a stark reminder of the potential for abuse when victory becomes more important than the well-being of the athletes. A horrifying glimpse into the length some will go to for victory, but hold on, we're not done yet. And now, we arrive at the most bizarre cheating method in sports history. Imagine using technology not for improving performance, but for deceit. This was the case in the infamous coughing major scandal of the British TV show Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Charles Ingram, a former British Army major, colluded with his wife and a fellow contestant to cheat his way to the £1,000,000 prize. The method? Coughs. Yes, you heard that right. Coughs were used to signal the right answers. It's not your typical sports scandal, but it's a competition nonetheless, and certainly takes the cake for creativity. This brings us to the end of our journey through the annals of sports history and its bizarre tales of cheating. We've covered the shocking Spanish Paralympic scandal where players without disabilities were fielded. We've revisited Rosie Ruiz's infamous shortcut to victory in the 1980 Boston Marathon. We've delved into the dark world of Boris Onischenko's Epee scandal, a tale of tampered equipment in the noble sport of fencing. And we've shuddered at the disturbing instance of abortion doping in East Germany. Each of these stories serve as a stark reminder of the lengths to which some individuals will go to claim victory. The desire to win, it seems, can sometimes overshadow the principles of fair play and integrity that lie at the heart of sports and competition. But let's not forget that these are exceptions, not the norm. The vast majority of athletes compete with honor, respect, and a genuine love for their sport. These shocking and bizarre methods certainly give a new meaning to the phrase "win at all costs." Don't forget to subscribe to Unbelievable Top 10 for more intriguing content like this.